Our Lady of Grace actually began at a parish picnic at St. Philip Neri. Instead of eating a hot dog, I asked Father, how come we don't have a Mass out here in Indian Land in a parish? And he said, funny you should ask that.
We noticed a lot of people moving into this Indian Land area, especially with the dawn of Sun City, Carolina Lakes. I thought this would be a very fertile area to plant a church.
There was an interest group started here, and I think maybe 90 people showed up.
We just flourished from that point on.
There was so much interest there, it says, okay, where do we go from here?
First Mass we went to was at the Methodist Church here in Indian Land.
That was a beautiful little church, small and intimate.
Within 4 or 5 weeks, we packed the church. We had no more room.
It was standing room only. Cars were all over the place.
When we outgrew that, we moved across the street to the high school.
That seemed to be okay, except they would have a volleyball tournament or a cheerleading practice, and we couldn't have our Mass that day. So then we moved to the rec center. We started there, maybe 120 people. Now we're over 400 every week, sometimes 500.
And now we're outgrowing this facility, so we're looking for a location for a Sunday Mass.
Our Lady of Grace is a special community. It brings together many generations, many talents into an area where we didn't have Catholic Church.
There's an aura that I felt from the beginning when they had the first Mass at Bel Air Methodist.
The people here are so fantastic.
And the community is really nice.
And I've made a lot of new friends and reconciliation that I didn't know before we went to them.
Everybody always has a smile on their face. They're happy to be at church and happy to be worshiping right beside you.
They're outgoing, they speak to you, they seem to care about you.
It was very surprising since it was in a rec center, but it was also surprising since everyone was so friendly.
You feel like you belong there.
The people here are just wonderful. It is like another family.
There's a lot of community involvement. I think that's what makes this mission so special.
I really like Father John and Father Joe. We're blessed to have them, and they're great leaders. They make you feel so homey and comfortable.
The most special thing for me in this community is Father John and his ability to invoke the faith in each one of us and to live that faith every day.
We want to make sure that this church is our spiritual family center. We want to make sure that all the sacraments are administered properly. We want it to be new, we want it to be vibrant, we want it to cater to every stage of life.
The church will seat about 650 people, and if we have a Saturday Mass and at least one Mass on Sunday, there's 1,300 people we can get in there.
It's going to be a church with 2 levels.
It'll be on the ground level, and you go around the back, and there'll be like a full basement with a parish hall, a kitchen, and there'll also be some offices in the complex.
There's plenty of parking, and we've got an area on the site too that we're looking at developing in the future where there'll be a gazebo, a walking area for reflection and things like that too. That should be really nice.
As a community, we need to work with each other and encourage each other.
We need to donate our time, our talent, our funds to help build a church so we have one place to worship that is ours and we can make it our spiritual home.
We can just make posters, crafts to help fundraise money.
It has to be a personal, individual evaluation of what they feel is truly a sacrificial gift.
We are looking at our budget and thinking about how can we, make a sacrifice to contribute to that monetarily.
It's actually really fun putting money in the basket at church because you're helping building the church.
We want them to reach deep inside their heart to ask the Lord above, what is my sacrifice over this 3-year period? Hoping that enough people are in a position to do extraordinary sacrificial giving.
We all have to work together. Each person will be asked to do what they can.
We really have to reach deep inside and prayerfully consider what it is we can do, understanding we have other commitments.
Give what you can afford. And if people do that, we'll have enough. It always works out that way because we have a lot of good people.
I am really excited about building a new church and worshiping in a sacred place and watching my girls go through their first communions. And I think about this could be the church they get married in one day, and that's exciting for us as a family.
I'm seeing that our parish will build, and once our doors are open, people will see that this is a symbol of God's presence in the community.
When our initial parishioners sacrifice and build a church, people will see it, it'll be visible, and they will join, and the parish will grow.
It'll be a really good church once we get to see it.
Personally, I want one day to walk up to the front of that church and open those doors and say, a group of 400 families built this place.
This can be kind of that beacon in Indian land, help pull more people in and make this a thriving community.
People can take a greater part in the church, not just come to church, but belong.
If you want to help, you can give money, stock certificates, remember us in your will, all kinds of things. You might give us some property that you'd like us to use or sell, but there are many ways in which you can help. But most importantly, your prayer, to pray for our mission, because with God all things are possible, and without God nothing is possible. Thank you.